Is the kilt market still strong, flat, or declining?
Ooh. That is serious.
The bigger question is the economy strong, flat, or declining?
Yeah.
How honest do I be with the answer?
I just said we try to be honest reporters. You kind of have to now.
I would say it's, what do you base the metric on? On sales? Do you base it on group participation?
Sounding
Do you
like a
base
politician.
it on new people? No, not a politician. I'm trying to figure out how to gauge the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Have we peaked? Has Kiltdom peaked? Is it all downhill from here?
I don't think. I'd like to think not.
I hope not, for all of our sake. I would say I think it is where it has been. I'd say I'm a little fearful from economy standpoint, from
Knockwood.
Tariff standpoint. Don't get me started about tariffs. So I'm curious what it brings. I'm happy to see. Is it? I want to say declining, but there are less tartans being registered. I've noticed.
That's interesting.
On a weekly basis, or a monthly basis, whatever. When the Tartan Authority releases their number of tartans that are brand new tartans that are being designed, is that down? Now there's also other metrics of like new tartans that are out that the broader world is asking for, like the witch's tartan and things like that. Are there? So there's renewed interest. So I'd say it's tough to say. Only time will tell. What's the phrase? I want to say it's from a movie. Something of like, I wish I knew that I was in the good times when I was in the good times, and I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
So I don't know. Ask me 10 years from now, hey, how was it back in 2025? Was that the height of tartans, or was it 2023, or was it 2018? So you don't know when you're in the good times when you're in the good times.
I think it's cyclical.
Good point.
I think just like other forms of fashion, it's cyclical. I mean, like the old cliche, which I don't really buy into completely, that you can tell how the economy is based on how long or short women's skirts are. You never heard that?
Yes, I have.
No,
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm not sure if it bears out. I haven't read any analysis on that, but that used to be an axiom that people came up with, I think, back in the 80s, analyzing, the fashion trends over the decades.
Was it better economy, shorter skirt, or
Shorter
vice versa?
skirts shorter skirts meant better economy usually.
Yeah.
Doesn't baggy clothes in?
I think that. Well, I mean, but my point is, I think that we're in a weird space where, if times are good, you feel more happy and want to express yourself. You're more extroverted because you're happy. Okay. So you want something like Highland dress. You want to express yourself. If you're depressed, you're just going to go sweatpants and t-shirt all the time and just.
Yeah.
At the same time, a good economy means you can afford to buy quality kilt stuff. On the other hand, if you're dealing with technological cyberpunk dystopia that we seem to be living in now, wanting something that's not fast fashion and feels more natural and organic and self-expressive as opposed to being part of a machine, you're just a cog in a machine fueled by AI, no, I'm not cynical, then you want it as a release valve. You know what I mean? So it could go either way. I'm not sure which way it works. I want to say that if the economy is better, people are more likely to spend the money on things like kilts.
Yeah.
But I also think that sometimes people just have a need
to make their stuff last.
Yeah, well, it makes
for an escape.
Yeah,
it's
or to show individuality.
Yeah, I think it's a rebellion. Sometimes I think in dark times you could say that it is a rebellion because you desperately want to break out of the trap that you feel you're in. You not take things on somebody else's terms, and this lifestyle is definitely about that. So I don't know which way is the scientific way, but that's
Yeah. So I would say. I'll take it back to a personal thing and not a how is the industry. It is how do we drive the industry. So for myself, I would say, without trying to sound like a motivational speaker where you're going to conceptualize your future, but conceptualize your future. Damn the man, save the empire. So do what you want to do and dress how you want to dress to trick your brain into being happier when you may be depressed. So if you're in a depressed mood and tartans make you happier and expressing yourself in your clothing makes you happier, great, go do that. Let's make the tail wag the dog. So if we are in a downward economy, if we're in a negative space, screw it. Find the positive and be that and push it. And if you're in darkness, do every single thing you can do to be the light. Do every single thing you can do to change the narrative. So if everything around you is doom and gloom, screw everything else. Let's be the dance band on the Titanic. Let's have fun while everything else is burning around us. And let's do the nice thing and do the fun thing and treat each other with more respect and go over the top because there's such a lack of it everywhere else.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Something like
cliche,
that.
But I think that was great. That was great.
Yes, yes.
Gen Z did beat you to it because it's called dopamine fashion. It's a Gen Z thing. It's where things like clowncore and kidcore and bright colored stuff is coming in. It's basically have clothing that makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know, and that you psychologically, emotionally react to.
Yeah.
So yeah, the kids are on it, man.
Yeah, that is a thing. If you can't change your circumstances, change your surroundings, which will change your state of mind.
It can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Expression versus impression.
Indeed. So be the change you want to see. Don't be a jerk. Go out there, do good, hold the door for people, be nice, treat others with respect, all that stuff, and screw everyone else who's a jerk. So, indeed. In the immortal words of Winston Churchill. So, thank you all for joining us. Until next time, boys and girls, treat each other well, and Slán Java.
Hey, thank you for joining us for that discussion. The bottom line is that culture and heritage are things that it doesn't matter whether the economy is good or bad, whether times are good or bad, years are good or bad. It lasts because it keeps people together as a group. It gives them something emotional that they can hook onto and pass on no matter what. In that light, that's why we did a documentary last year called Celtic Heart. Links right up here. It's about how important the festivals that fuel this culture in the United States are. I'd appreciate it if you give it a watch and then tell us in the comments there or on this video what you think about Celtic culture and preserving it for future generations.